Well, good afternoon, Quest. It's good to talk with you again this week as we head into finishing up this series on outside of the box. What does it mean to follow Jesus? We could talk forever. We could talk week after week for the next 20 years and never exhaust this in any way, shape, or form. But we're just giving some thoughts over these weeks that I hope are helpful and motivating to you and encouraging to you as a follower of Jesus. Because there's lots of things out there in the world you could follow, commit yourself to, surrender yourself to. But I think following Christ probably is the wisest among all those options. So we'll be wrapping that up here in the next few weeks, and we'll enter into our Christmas season, which is not just a season like we're going to just celebrate a party. We are going to think about what does it mean to light up the darkness, because we live in an incredible time where there's so much tension, disruption, fighting, and difficulty. And it gets exhausting. It gets a little hard for people. I understand that. It does for all of us. But as we go into this time, we want to light up the darkness. And one of those things that we want to do is offer opportunities for you to invite your friends and your family and your neighbors and your workmates and whoever they might be to join with you. And that could happen in your home. So it doesn't have to happen here at Quest. I encourage you to invite people into your home. Go be with them. Go out to dinner together. Be invitational in nature. And I think that's what we saw this past week in the scriptures in John chapter 1, is that Andrew, the younger brother of Peter, was the guy who eventually invited his brother, Simon Peter, to come meet Jesus. And when he met Jesus, Jesus took over. He began to interact with Simon Peter, and he changed his name, or he said, I'm going to take you from being Simon to being Cephas, or Peter, the rock. Because Jesus has a plan. Jesus has an identity for us that's far better than our own. It's the identity that we are created to be. And sometimes we take on an identity that is one we decided for ourselves. But we are who God says we are, and what He says we are, or who He says we are, is the most incredible opportunity and design that we could ever dream of. It's the best one for us. And yet we buy into such cheap trinkets for our lives, and we begin to waste what God intended to not be wasted. So I want to encourage you to be invitational in nature, not only this Christmas season, but our entire lives. But as part of Light Up the Darkness, here we have these Fridays that are available for you to invite your friends and family, neighbors and workmates to join you and come and just have some holiday cheer, if you will. To be a place where there's beauty, or we'll try to light it up enough to make it seem really beautiful, and a warm connection with people. I think people are really aching for that in our culture. And so we want to be invitational in nature. You're invited in to our homes. You're invited in to an experience together. You're invited in to an experience of beauty and of connection, of warmth and of care, and of a radiant beauty that God in His redemptiveness wants to unfold. And sometimes it just has to start with saying, hey, let's come be together with us. Let's go and hang out up at a bonfire up at Quest. I think you'll enjoy it. We'll just have a good time. So it is the very nature of the gospel. It's the nature of God to be invitational, right? After the fall of mankind, He could have just said, well, experiment went wrong. I reject you. I'm done. But He, by nature, stays engaged and invites us into a relationship with Him. And He allows us to then decide whether we'll take Him up on His invitation or not. And I think it'd be wise for us to take Him up. And so we can begin to kind of be like Him in this idea of being invitational in our nature of our relationships. So I just want to encourage you, keep thinking through, praying through, how could you utilize the facility up here, whether it be on a Friday night where you can bring a few friends, or maybe if you have a larger group, reserve a night to use the facility of the pit in all of its lit up glory, if you will, and being able to throw a party for those people in your life that you'd love to be around. Collect, put your arms around, and be connected to. Okay? All right. Hey, we sure love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Encourage one another as the days are difficult. But let's draw together and encourage one another. All right. Love you guys. Take care.